horror fans. Once again, it is me, the Horror Miser Monty G. It's time to review another horror movie. It's time to review the thriller from Shudder called No Exit. Now, No Exit is a 2022 American thriller film. It was directed by Damien Power. It was written by Andrew Barrett and Gabriel Ferreira. It is based on the 2017 novel of the same name by Taylor Adams. Now, the movie stars Havana Rose Liu, Danny Ramirez, David Rasdall, Dale Hickey, and Dennis Haybert. Now, the plot of this film: during a blizzard and stranded at an isolated rest stop in the mountains, a college student discovers a kidnapped child hidden in a car belonging to one of the people inside. Oh no. When making a decent horror thriller film, you have to have certain standard elements within the movie. First off, the main character involved should be sympathetic. Someone that's either trying to redeem themselves or has a tragic backstory that they either survived or them surviving from. You gotta have some sympathy for the character. You want something to pull at the audience heartstrings. What? I'm gonna fight for that character. I hope that character makes it. The location or area in the movie should be isolated, where there's no chance that someone can find or rescue the main character from the situation that they found themselves in. Somewhere in the middle of the woods, or they're out of their element, or somewhere out of their depth. They never climbed the mountain before, so they're stuck on the top of a mountain. They're stuck somewhere in the middle of a basement that's flooding and they're not used to swimming. Stuff like that. That's what type of location area you want to have in a good thriller horror film. Now, the bad guy or the villain should be someone that the audience hates and despises. They might have done something terrible or will do something terrible that will cause the death of the main character. You definitely want people to hate the villain. Now, there should also be a small major twist that the audience never sees coming, causing the film to go into a different direction, but still able to keep the audience on their toes. You want to make sure that the twist involves, shocks the audience. You didn't see it coming, but it still advances the plot and the narrative of the story to the conclusion so that the audience stays on your toes. You don't want the audience to be lost when the twist happens. Now, this is what film director Damien Power has given us with his latest entry into this subgenre, simply called No Exit. Now, the setup here is simple, as we're introduced to Darby Thorne, a college student who is attending her latest stint in rehab for cocaine addiction. See, there's the tragic backstory. When she learns that her mother is in the hospital for a brain aneurysm, she escapes the facility and tries to drive to Salt Lake City despite the fact that her sister doesn't want her to come. Obviously, she's alienated her family, they don't want her to be there at this time of need, but Darby says, you know what, I'm still going to come because that's my mother. No matter how much I screwed up in my life, I'm going to be there for my mommy. Unfortunately, she's forced off the highway due to a blizzard and forced to stay at a local visitor center along with several other travelers. The situation becomes even more tense when Darby discovers that a little girl is bound and tied up in the van that belongs to one of the travelers. Oh no! So who does the van belong to? Can Darby rescue the girl before the owner finds out? Will she be able to get to the hospital and visit her mother or her sister? Let her see her. Yeah, so that's basically what the movie is about. Obviously Darby has to find out what's going on with this girl, who took the girl, and can she rescue them, and obviously who out of these four people that's in the visitor center actually has that girl. Now, as I stated before, the film covers most of the points a filmmaker needs to make a decent thriller film, and Damien has managed to do that here. We have the main character Darby, who's struggling with a drug addiction, making her a sympathetic character that the audience will obviously pull for. We have a very unique situation in this particular setup. A girl is bound and tied up in an isolated area stuck in a blizzard. So you have some very unique situations here. You have a girl that's bound, is tied up in a van, and she's in an isolated area, and they're all stuck in a blizzard. You can't get a better, very remote, isolated area than the situation here. Now, we do have some interesting side characters in this film. We have Ash, who seems very friendly and honest. Lars, who seems weird and stressed out. And then we have Jay and his wife Sandy, who are heading out to Reno. Now, obviously, either one of those four, or could be all of them, might have something to do with the kidnapped girl that's in the van. Now, I like the script that Andre Burer and Gabriel Ferrer has crafted here. They do a very good job of introducing all the side characters when Darby enters the center. While they don't give away who the owner is, the van is, and I believe it won't take the audience long to guess who that person might be, but there is a twist that might surprise the audience. Once we get to introduce some of the characters, it's obviously that one of the characters is obviously the bad guy, and that person is the one that kidnapped the girl. But like I said, there is a couple twists that happen in this film that the audience might not see coming. So I do give them a good job of what they've tried to create here. In fact, there are two twists in this one, and one I didn't see coming. So once again, I give them credit for doing something different here. And it's one of the things what I like about twists. When you see a twist, you never see it coming. I'm like, wow, that was pretty good. And that's what I believe the filmmakers have done here. They actually do a twist in the film that I didn't see coming. Now, Havana Rose Liu, she's pretty good as Darby, as she gives her the right amount of pain, frustration, and fear, and courage enough in order to save the girl. Obviously, we see her frustration and she's struggling in the beginning of the film during her drug addiction. We see her that despite the fact that her sister or none of her family members don't want her near her mother, that she still wants to see her despite the fact that she's failed at every attempt. I believe in the beginning of the film, this is her seventh stint in a drug rehab. And then when she sees the girl stuck in a van, we see her courage and her desperation to actually do the right thing, because obviously she has not done the right thing in her entire life. And now if we see her, she's trying to do the right thing for once. So not only do we get to see the type of character that's struggling, but we also have a sort of a redemption arc for Darby. And I think Hannah Rose Liu did a good job in portraying that. Now, a veteran character actor Dennis Haysbert does a good job as Jay, a brave man who, despite his good nature, does have a habit he can't seem to break. As we learn throughout the film, we get more of his and Sandy's backstory. There's the reason why they're there and why they're going to Reno. But that's Dennis Haysbert for you. He always does a good job. I believe Damien does a good job in creating the right amount of tension and suspense needed for a film like this, because like I said before, they're stuck in a blizzard, they're in an isolated area. There are some scenes where we feel danger could come between between Darby and the girl. We find out her name is Jay. There's some other backstory going along with Jay herself, which I won't reveal here, but that adds more suspense and tension to the film. Like I said, I thought they did a pretty good job. Now, obviously, this isn't going to win any awards. This isn't the best thriller I've ever seen. It's not going to do really anything new to the genre whatsoever, but it is fast-paced, doesn't take its time before we find out who the bad guy is, has some decent acting, and it's a nice adaptation of Taylor Adams' 2007 novel of the same name. Now keep in mind, I've never read this novel before, but based upon what I've seen, I really did enjoy it, and I think you guys will enjoy it too. So I'm going to give No Exit 3 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. Just giving it 3 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. I really did enjoy this film. Like I said, it's not going to win any awards. It's not going to bring anything new to the subgenre. But like I said before, some good acting from the lead actress. Dennis Haysbert does his fine job right here. We have some nice, good twists I didn't see coming. So enjoy the film. So there you have it. That is my video and review of Don't Exit. Like I said, it's playing on Shudder right now. If you have seen it before, please leave your comments in the comment section below and tell me what you thought about the film. Also, please like and share this video because it does help out with the YouTube algorithm here. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime when I put a new video such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G, and always remember that horror rules. I'll see you in my next video. I'm out.